Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're gonna check how to use two white Feather Askas. But before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Also, I'm a little bit sick, sorry if I sound odd, but I'm trying to do the video even so. First of all, we gotta check what does white Feather Aska do. So, Weather Asuka. Machine type characters deal damage dealt increased by 24%, and suppress type characters damage dealt increased by 24%. So these can be equipped to two characters to get the most value. That's gonna be Asuka and Shisui. You could equip it to any other machine, but to say the truth, you don't want to go uh, raid and try to break super armor with the other machine type characters. Instead, I suggest that you use this on um, suppress type characters. That's gonna give you at least some amount of value. In case that you don't have too many copies, or you just don't care about the damage increase, you can use it in any character, and that's good. But we're trying to optimize the value of this, so I'm gonna start by showing you some builds with suppressed type characters first of all. Then the extra passive skill attack removes super armor at a 10% chance, immediately restoring 6% of HP lost. The HP recovery is appreciated, but the important effect is the super armor removal, which is gonna be very useful. Then the active gives whatever attack with knock up and damage, which doesn't really matter. We're focusing here on the armor break. So you for this you should have at least two separate copies of White Taraska at S level 1, but there's a chance that some of you have one copy higher. Maybe not 5 out of 5, but even so higher. So we're gonna see how to take full advantage of those extra effects, the damage increase. So first of all, I'm gonna go here to Queen Kanaloan. I have been testing it a little and it's working tremendously. So on step 100 to make it challenging. So first of all, I'm gonna be using Shisui. While Shisui isn't the best option for breaking super armor due to the amount of skill hits, this is gonna be good enough. So we're gonna be using Light of Explosion, which deals a good amount of damage, a good amount of multi hits if you have the effect 2, the set effect 2. We're also using Arrow Light and Ting Tag. Ting Tag is one of those launching attacks which usually we don't care about, but due to the amount of multi hits that it has, it's probably the best option because Guardian Touchdown, Guardian Charge, Bombs Away, these are not going to deal that many hits, but Team Tag is gonna do at least 3 hits, which is nice for this kind of a strategy. And besides, usually most bosses in VR are very big, so this attack is going to hit the enemies in most situations. This is the weapon, Guardian Gear type 26, 4 out of 5. Anti-Demon Fire Magatamas, whatever Magatamas, whatever weapon, 5 out of 5. Plus 13, plus 13. Then Light of Explosion, Arrow Light, Team Tag, White Feather Asuka, Gear Shisui. Though this is limited, you can replace it for whatever support that gives you more damage. Susune here. Stats from the customs. Stat training, obviously max out, it's an auto farmer. And then next we're using one of the best characters to use White Feather Asuka. You can equip your strongest White Feather Asuka on this character because it is suppressed. Phantasma. What is Phantasma going to offer? She's going to offer Clinging Nightmare. Clinging Nightmare gives a ton of multi hits, and though White Feather Asuka is red, you can just equip 2 green and you get the most value out of this. The critical rate doesn't really matter on BR, or I mean on this kind of build, so it is okay to just put White Feather Asuka on the main. We're also using Slash Horror to increase the speed. It is just a whatever skill that I decided to add because since we are not evading for the most part, we're not gonna use this. Since I don't have a pure set, I'm not gonna use this effectively. I could, but I'm not. I'm not going to use this either. This one has a low amount of multi-hits. This one is a counter, so I cannot use it. Low amount of multi-hits. As you can see, there's not many options. So we're gonna focus on Clinging Nightmare, Slash Horror, and Twister Dance. Twister Dance is also pretty good to deal a good amount of multi-hits. So, also we get benefit from the leader skill. And what about the weapon? For the weapon I do have Golden Sphere, but if you don't have it, it doesn't really matter. You can use whatever weapon. It affects the gameplay, yes, but we're not gonna focus on how this affects the gameplay. The important part is the fact that you deal a ton of multi-hits. A whatever weapon, Anti-Demon Wind, whatever Magatemes, 5 out of 5 plus 15 plus 13. We already checked the skills. For supporters, obviously the other White Feather Asuka, the 1 out of 5, because from the 2 characters, this one is the weakest one, or well, the one that gets the least amount of damage increase from the supporter. Then Misaki, because Misaki is super great for green, and Nanao. She's amazing, you know it, pretty easy to use, and increases damage from range attacks. Stats from the customs, stats from the stat training, and now let's check the main character that I'm gonna be using. I got extra copies of Ariel in the select gacha, so I can finally use this effectively. So I'm gonna be using it. So let's start with the weapon. So the weapon is Ariel, 5 out of 5, and that means that we want to go green and use Shadowless Kick. For Magatemes, Anti-Demon, Water, and Ice. Whatever Magatemes on the subslot, whatever weapon on the subslot. 5 out of 5 plus 15, 5 out of 5 plus 13. For skills, Calamity Over to increase damage, Shadowless Kill to deal the most damage, and Spin Attack. Spin Attack is really important here because we want to stun the enemy. Since we're gonna break that super armor, we can stun the enemy. Between Groggy and Stun, go for a stun with whatever character you're using. This specific character you can replace and it is not necessary. I'm just sharing the build, but you can use whichever main attacker you want to use. Keep that in mind. Then, for supporters, another Misaki. Yes, of course. Fumasaka, because I got another copy of this and I decided to use nano machines to max it out because that's useful. And of course, Core Phantasma. I mean, I was planning to use Core Phantasma regardless of the enemy, but since we are against Queen Kanaloa, I'm gonna put her on the main. If not, you can put this on the main, or even Misaki, whichever is fine, depending on what you want to do. But since the enemy is going to spawn mobs with immunity, it's better to put this on the main. Then, stats from the customs, stat training, and now let's check it. You're gonna see that even with Shisui, which isn't the best for this, I get a pretty decent amount of control by having 2 characters with White Feather Asuka. So, very quickly, I just move. First of all, I do that, and I want to get near and use Shadowless Kick. And I'm also going to use the active so that I can destroy the enemies. I want the mobs out of the way so that my characters focus on the main enemy, on Queen Kanaloa. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I'm using right now penetration against demons on the um, supporter formation. Yeah, that's the name. And as you can see, the enemy won't be able to do anything. Calamity over. And there we go. Nice. Oof, that was close. Nice. Come on, another one. Okay, let's go with ultimate. And I hate when I get interrupted. Okay. And there we go, almost done. And you can see that my other characters are recovering a good amount of HP. Even though I am not, it doesn't really matter. I could change Calamity over for a HP recovery skill. I think it's Moon Assault. But I can also use my potions. Because trust me, I at this point I don't care about the potions. So yeah. Now I'm gonna change it. The best targets for these are gonna be Queen Kanaloa, Worm Knight, Taimanin, and Queen Arachne. Um, I mean, it's also usable on LW's squad, but preferably you use Eleanor with her limited weapon so that you keep them together. Because having three makes controlling the enemy a little bit more difficult unless you guide them and you keep them in the same place. Let's see. Now, and Queen Kanaloa, though I am using this with Queen Kanaloa, I wouldn't say that this is the best target for this kind of a strategy. Uh, Relying on Oboro is way better. And talking about Oboro, let's do that. We are gonna put this Oboro, and we're gonna equip this, and we're gonna change these and equip this. So let me elaborate a little bit to give you context. Oboro is gonna be doing mind control on top of White Feather Asuka Super Armor Break. So that's disgusting, way too disgusting. It's probably the best way to use this strategy. Uh, the only exception would be with Worm Knight because you cannot use mind control with Worm Knight while Lina is alive. Since Oboro is my weakest because she has these 3 out of 5, I'm going to use the weakest copy of White Feather Asuka with this one. Depending on context, you might change the White Feather Asuka's copies to give the strongest one to your strongest character. So obviously it has the anti-demon with fire effect, whatever Magatemas, 5 out of 5 plus 11, 3 out of 5 plus 12. So even though it is a lower S level, the penetration is worth keeping this on the first slot. Then Carnage Dance to be able to break super armor, Hypnosis Seal just to have more mind control because it is that busted, and Wicked Slasher because it inflicts mind control and it gives a ton of multi-hit. Basically the enemy is not going to move with this strategy. Susune, White Feather Asuka, and Yukina here. And the stats of the customs, the stat training. Let's check the Phantasma. What changes did Phantasma experience? Not that many. It is exactly the same, but we're gonna put White Feather Asuka, the strong one here, because this one has more copies in the main weapon. So she's gonna deal more damage. That's the only difference. So let's test it one more time. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Yeah, like that. And also the active, and done. Come on. Just eliminate that one. Moon Assault. And done. Yeah, after this is gonna be super easy. By the way, if you want to use Torajiro on the main with Calamity over so that you can keep that attack buff, it's an option, just so that you know. And as you can see, Queen Canaloa is not moving at all. It is just disgusting when you combine the double White Feather Asuka with Oboro. One Feather Asuka with Oboro is already strong, but this makes it impossible for the enemy to move. Oh, okay. Let's see. I thought the skills weren't on cooldown. So let's go and destroy it. Yeah, definitely the best combination that you can do. I mean, Oboro is already strong, we know it, and she has a good amount of multi hits of her skills. And then Phantasma is also really strong. The leader skill is super useful, and the combination of the green skill with White Thoracic is just disgusting. So let's change it a little bit. Now I'm gonna use this one. This one is not as effective, but you might be inclined to do different combinations. So let's go with this one. And did I save Shizuru? I think not. Let's see, Shizuru. Yeah, this one was pretty bad, and I didn't save it. I'm not gonna use Shizuru. Instead, I'm gonna use. Um, let's see. I'll keep Oboro. I'll keep Oboro, and let me just check if anything move. No, perfect. So, what about this one? I'm gonna use Astaroth with this because it gives a ton of damage. Unfortunately, we're not gonna use Lava Servant. I mean, it makes sense. Uh, but I'm gonna pilot Astaroth because the AI is not smart enough to use the combos properly. So, we have, of course, the anti-demon Magatemas Wind, whatever Magatemas, whatever weapon, and the anti-demon weapon. 5 out of 5, plus 15, both of them. This one. Hellblaze. Hellblaze is probably one of the best skills that you can use with Astaroth to break super armor with White Feather Asuka. Not only because it is the all red, but because of the amount of multi hits that it has. And then this is going to inflict terror. And with Flame Haste, which is a double dash, and Phoenix Dive, which is a dash attack, you're gonna inflict more stacks of terror. So yeah, you can deal a lot of damage, and terror is going to make the enemy groggy, I think, or stun it. I don't remember when you reach 10 stacks. But even so, you want skills that do multi-hit. Unfortunately, the Serpent Blaze isn't a great option. Satellite Flare isn't a great option. Prominence isn't a great option. It's a counter, and this is a perfect touch. So basically, we are locked into these skills if you want to do this. You can also use Supernova, even though I mean it's only one hit, so it's not worth it. But yeah, this is the best that we can do with Astaroth, and preferably you pilot her because if not, the enemy is going to get far away. We're gonna use Lina, White Asuka, the strong one because Astaroth is the better damage dealer of the two, and Francis to get a little bit of penetration. So let's test this. So we just position properly, and it's with this one. Double dash, Dash attack. No. It takes a ton of time to get the cooldown. Okay. There. Yeah, that's the issue with Astaroth. The cooldown is not on our side. On red. I mean, you could use perhaps a copy of what's the name? This girl, Lina, Tempest Lina. Let's see. I just need this, and we break the super armor just in time. I'm gonna use this one and keep the animation up so that I can use this. No, no, no. Okay, I'll keep the animation up. And we do this to break more super armor. And you see how easy it is, but the AI is not smart enough. And besides, we're doing the disgusting combo of Oboro with double White Feather Asuka. That's why this is so easy. Honestly, Astaroth, I wouldn't say is one of the best characters to do this. It is competent enough, but the cooldown is not helping, you know? The cooldown of Hellfire. So, yeah. In any case, we're gonna change this one for one of the best characters that you can equip with this, that you can use with this strategy, and that's gonna be Eleonor. Eleonor is assist and demon. She doesn't get any kind of benefit from the supporter other than the main passive, the main extra passive. This. So we put this, we put Yukina, and we can put. No, I think I have it with Astaroth. Yeah, I have it with Astaroth, and I don't have the other one ready. So we're gonna put that Susune. We're gonna use Guide of the Starry Sea, but you can also use Treasure of the Deep Ocean. None of these will work effectively against Worm Knight, and I'm gonna do a video on that when she arrives. But they are useful for the most part. My favorite in regards to control is gonna be Sea of the Guide of the Starry Sea. But if you want to focus on damage, Deep Treasure of the Deep Ocean is just better at that. So select the one that you want to use. Then I'm gonna be equipping. Did I remove the Magatamas? Yes, I removed the Magatamas from Oboro. So I put them here, and I put these ones here, and this one 5 out of 5 plus 15, 4 out of 5 plus 14. So reflective ray, of course, because we want that multi-hit and the snare effect of the weapon. Acid rain, because this is one of the best multi-hit skills that she has, and geyser burst, because it also has a good amount of multi-hits. Spirit is not that great in regards to multi-hit. It has 4 multi-hits, but it is not the best. Spiral blast, not that great. Aqua splash, it's a counter, you don't want that. And Aqua curtain, it's a perfect touch. So no, these are the skills that you want to use. So these are the supporters, skills, weapons we already saw, stats from stat training, stats from customs, and now let's test it. I'm gonna keep Astaroth that I mentioned, that is one that is not that great, but it is there, it is useful, and it can take advantage of the supporter. By the way, this one, yeah, I'm using this formation. Penetration against demons demon enemies by 8%. A resounding Requiem. So, let's see. The first thing that I gotta do is hold the bathe and here we go. I'm breaking the super armor. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, done. Let's break that super armor. Okay, there. Phoenix Dive. Flame Haze. And come on, Eleonor, do your part. Yeah, don't. I strongly suggest you do not use Astaroth for this. While the all red skill is useful, the other ones are not. Because they have only one hit, that's the issue. And Hellblaze has a very long cooldown, and she just used the ultimate while I was trying to cast it. Okay, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna use my ulti too, so that I can cast Hellblaze. Nice, okay. Perfect. And I wait. Explosion. There. Just a little bit more. Ah, come on. Don't kill her. Oops. Oh, she's alive. Okay. Yeah. While Eleonor is one of the best characters that you can equip this to, in regards to multi-hit, because she doesn't take advantage of the damage increase, uh, it is better to have as many White Feather Askas as possible. Well, two preferably. Three is a little bit uh, overboard. Because that way you have more chances of proccing the super armor break. Even though it's a 10% and she has a ton of multi hits, she might not do it. You saw that she didn't. That's why I selected Astaroth, because she is strong but not the strongest. Just to finish, I'm gonna go with a strategy that uses double uh, non-suppressed type characters. So for that, I'm gonna change this to, let me check, which is a good character that can use this. A character with a good amount of multi-hit. Like, Current I can with the Tornado. With all the Tornadoes, actually. Heavy Coat can, but isn't the best. One that is actually good. My god. Yeah, probably this one. Yeah, the amount of multi-hits of Aina is nothing to scoff at. So, let's see. And besides, using she's a ranged character, so she pairs with these Magatamas, Demon, 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 and Demon. Then whatever Magatamas. So 5 out of 5 plus 14, 5 out of 5 plus 14, anti-demon, whatever. And then let's go red for that, we're gonna be using this. So we take Astaroths. Yeah, I can take Astaroths. And let's see, where are... Astaroth was using this. And what else was she using? Yeah, she was using this. So in that case, what can I equip to this one? She has this and this. I can equip for sure the Kirara, which gives me 35% damage increase. And um, which one? I'm thinking. I could just go with Nino. I mean, Stella in that case. I'll go with Stella. So there we go. She's not gonna receive benefit from the White Feather Asuka other than the Super Armor Break. And we're gonna use Bullet Dance because Bullet Dance is it has a good amount of multi hits as well as Bullet Storm. Bullet Storm is way better. And Triple Burst. Though the duration is short, the amount of hits is fine. Let's see. Trick Shot, no. Combat Style, no. Quad Burst, could be used, but I won't. And this one, no. So yeah, let's go with this one. Bullet Dance, Bullet Storm, and Triple Burst. Weapon skill supporters. She's almost maxed out. She's an excellent farmer. Now I know that. And these are the stats for the critical. Not for the critical, for the customs. So in this case, I'm gonna go back because these two should be good enough and very reliable to break the super armor. So let's see if they are. If the AI doesn't betray me. So that should be it. I just do this and I also use the active. Yeah, I just have to eliminate these things. And now I can focus on Queen Kanaloa. And as you can see, they are breaking the super armor just enough. And I come here and I break. Yeah, look at that super armor break. It's just amazing. Yeah, I'm on step 100. That's why you want the 2 copies of White Feather Asuka so that you don't have that much trouble on VR. I mean, you can do with one, sure, I won't deny that. Especially if you have Oboro and you pair it with Oboro or with the mind control of Oboro. Not necessarily you need to equip it on her. But there we go. And nice. Now, oh, why? Why when I do the skill he regains super armor? Okay, just 1, 2, and destroy. Okay, calamity over. And yeah, pretty good for the most part. Let's finish with that. I want to finish with an ultimate, and this thing removes some particles. Whatever. Well, in any case, now you see why I highly recommend having 2 copies of White Feather Asuka. I know some of you will say, no, I won't invest that much, or I don't think I need an extra copy. But let me tell you that this is going to be particularly useful against Werewolf Knight. While there are some strategies that may work, particularly the Yukine strategy, which I'm gonna cover next week, or when uh, Worm Night arrives. Um, it is something that you can use in any stage that has a whole team of Taimanin playing at the same time. So I do recommend that you get those. And tell me, what do you think about this strategy? Do you think it's that busted? Do you think this is not necessary? Which are the best characters to use White Asuka in your opinion? Let me know in the comments, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye!